The Renaissance, social history of England. Renaissance literally means rebirth. The other name of Renaissance is called the period of translation because lot of literary texts of English, Greek, Latin and French were translated during this time. This Renaissance took place between 14th to 16th century. This was the time when education, science, religion, art, architecture of the medieval age came to an end and which paved way to the modern age. So this Renaissance age is basically the end to the Middle Age and the birth of modern age. Major significance of Renaissance period. The revival of learning classical literature was taking place. Men were no longer willing to accept without questioning the teaching, superstition, and custom of the past. So, questioning attitude developed among people. Social, political, and religious ideas were revolutionized. Critical attitude towards the medieval invention was taking place. In short, a great change was taking place in men's attitude towards themselves and to the world. Renaissance movement, invention and discoveries which was taking place during the Renaissance movement. First, it is the printing press, which was invented by John Gutenberg of Germany in 1454. The first Latin Bible, which was printed in 1455. Printing press came to England in 1480. After the invention of printing press, there was a immediate effect in the books because the amount of books which was printed was increasing. As a result of that, the rate of books became cheaper and people started reading books. Even the common people started reading books. They started to educate themselves. So we can also say that the printing press was also the medium for to develop the questioning attitude among the people. Then it is the mariner's compass, which helped the sailors in the ship to undertake long voyages, which also helped them to discover a lot of new places. The telescope which led to the study of science of astronomy, and people started discovering a lot of things in the space. English literature and schools during the Renaissance period. Renaissance started in Italy, and from Italy only it spread to Greek, France, England, and to all the European countries and other continents. In England, the English literature was handled by Chaucer, selling Shakespeare. Shakespeare gave a good bulk of romantic dramas. Sir Thomas More, we have Spenser's Faerie Queene, Ben Jonson, Francis Bacon, Christopher Marlowe. We consider Christopher Marlowe as the first father of English tragedy. Faerie Queene is the first epic of English. So all because of these writers, the English literature during the Renaissance period reached great height, and schools were built. Schools such as St. Paul's Grammar School, which is regarded as the first school in England completely devoted to the study of classical literature, was built. The Latin grammar schools were built, and which was maintained by a great headmaster, William Lilly. Then, under this time, lot of schools were built in and out of London, and under Henry VIII, there are 63 schools built, and Edward VI, we have 50 schools. Under Queen Mary, it is 19 schools, and under Queen Elizabeth I, it is 138 schools. So the development of schools took place majorly during this time, and a lot of old schools were remodeled upon the new lines. So there were a lot of education taking place during the Renaissance period in England. As we said earlier, the Renaissance was the age of translation. So a lot of translation took place during this time. A lot of literary translation took place during this time. Then we have the trade routes. After the discovery of the mariner's compass, people started taking a lot of long voyages. They started discovering a lot of places. Some famous among them were Columbus, who discovered America in 1492. Vasco da Gama reached Calicut on the west coast of India through the Cape of Good Hope in 1498. Magellan set out his exploration to the Pacific Ocean in 1519. So a lot of exploration started. Development of science. Under the invention of telescope, a lot of development was happening in science. And before that, people believed that the earth was the center of the universe and the sun was revolving around that. But later in the 16th century, under the invention of telescope by Galileo and by the theories put forth by Copernicus, Kepler, all those people, it was believed that the earth is a planet which was revolving under the sun, whereas the sun is the center of the universe. So all these theories came into practical during the Renaissance period. One of the greatest events which was taking place during the Renaissance movement is a Reformation which was taking place in religion. There was two movements, the Reformation, the Counter-Reformation. The Reformation actually started in Germany by Martin Luther King, which in England put an end to the Roman Catholic rule and which paved way for the Protestantism rule. So this Reformation brought a lot of changes in the religion of England, and there were a lot of conflicts which was going on. But later the Protestantism prevailed in England and the Roman Catholic prevailed in Rome, and Rome became the head of Roman Catholicism and Protestantism became the head of England. Then we have the art during the Renaissance period. Renaissance period is known for the art and architecture of the England and other countries. Art, we have the great artist Leonardo da Vinci, his famous Mona Lisa, the painting of Last Supper by him. We have Michelangelo, the great sculptor, is famous for the statue of David and Moses and the Pieta. Then again, a great sculptor, Raphael, who was famous for the sonnet which he has written during that time. Apart from that, there were great painters, sculptors during that time. And when we speak about the architecture, the Rome and the Greek style influenced a lot of people during the Renaissance period. Their famous column and row arch buildings replaced the medieval Gothic style, and pointed arches gave a fresh start to the modern age. This style came to England during the 17th century, and one of the finest work of architecture during the Renaissance period is St. Peter's Basilica in Rome. It is the greatest example of the new style. So on the whole, when we see Renaissance is a complex and many-sided movement. All these movements help to the modern age in England, and not only in England, to all other countries. The Renaissance gave a fresh start to the modern age.